Let's talk about image resolution, and people write books about image resolution, but I'm going to get right to the point on the key aspects, specifically in web development, and a little bit about print as to why it is important. So let me I'm going to open my Adobe Bridge and go down here, and I have some images that are 72 dpi and 300 dpi. Right off the bat, if you're doing images for the web, rule of thumb is 72 dpi. 72 dpi won't get you in any trouble. You can research it further. Things are changing on the internet, but as of 2015, 72 dpi will not cause you any problems. 300 dpi is for print. And the reason I bring this up right off the bat is that you're going to work with some images, and some will be 72 dpi, some will be 300 dpi. And when you start mixing and matching images, it's going to mess with your head. So I'm going to open this clock in Adobe Bridge. Just by double-clicking it, the image opens. You can see now DPI is different than the width and height of an image. Up here, I can see the width of this image is 2,000 pixels wide. You can see it right here. Now, I'm working in pixels. You can change this from pixels to inches. And the first time you launch Photoshop, this most likely will show inches up here. To change it, it's as simple as right-clicking in the ruler and changing pixels to inches. You can see the inches showing up there. Or you can right-click in the ruler and change that back to pixels. If you're doing web work, it makes sense to work in pixels. So you can see this 2,000 wide, it's like 1,400 pixels tall. But the key thing is you can always just go to the image drop-down menu, and this is very important to find image size. Image size. Specifically if you have clients and they're sending you images, you never know what you're going to get. So you can see right here, resolution 300 pixels. Well, I don't want to put that on a website. Maybe I'm mixing images with images, so I want to take this down to 72, and it's as simple But it's as simple as changing this 300 to 72. But take a good look at the width. Take a good look at the height. Notice when I come down here and I change this to 72, all of a sudden your image is only 492 pixels by 369 pixels. So you're going to get a smaller image, but that's what you have to look at. Now, these images were taken, I believe, this image, I'm sure this image is like almost 12 years old. I took it in San Francisco with a little old camera. I think that was small width and height. These days, I'm taking images on my Samsung Galaxy 3, and those images are like 5 foot wide by 5 foot tall. So you're going to get a different thing going on. But anyway, the first thing you want to do is, if you're working for the web, you want to take your resolution to 72 dpi, and then everything's consistent from image to image to image. Now, just for the heck of it, let me go back into the bridge, and okay, now that image is, now let's get another image. This image here is 72 dpi. And notice that Photoshop shows me both images up here. Here's Freda's deck, here's the clock, and I can click back and forth to go from one to the other. And the reason I'm going to do this is my clock is at 300 dpi, and look at how big Freda's image is. Now these images are up here together. I can drag this image down here and undock it. And we'll go into this more in depth in another title, and don't worry about what I'm doing here. I can drag one image into the other, and notice how the image looks. I mean, because it's at 72 DPI. If Freda's deck image, this is a real picture. This is a picture from a woman's deck. But if this were a 300 DPI image, it would be huge. But when you start mixing 72 DPI with a 300 DPI, the 72 DPI is going to be much smaller. You can always downscale images. You can make images smaller, but never upscale an image. Is called the work of the devil. So if you go to image size and you see something is at 72 DPI, never change it to 300 DPI. It just makes the image bigger. It does not increase the visibility of the image. It is called the work of the devil. There you go.